See, beta, first beta revision notes. The topic is capital markets. Now, what are capital markets? Capital market is a place where the funds can be mobilized. Suppose here is finance. This is the second. Now, production, and apart from that, they are given financing as the first because nothing can be done without money. See, any business, thinking about small business, thinking about large business, it requires what? It requires finance. Second, the role of transferring the financial resources from the surplus unit. Now, what are surplus units? Which are having them for the household. To the deficit units, which is referred as financial intermediation, that is done by the capital market, and they are playing a very vital role in that financial. Next, a capital market may be defined as an organized transfer of money, capital, or financial services. Now, what are the types of capital market? First one. Now, there is a lot of confusion that secondary market is included or not. See, it has been deleted, but there's a part of secondary market only. So you just have to read the stock exchange portion also from your book as well as from these notes. Now, the marketplace for new shares, it is called the primary market. When the first time I am issuing, that is IPO, initial public offer. Now, many students are also asking me that the initial public offer की जो पूरी process है, क्या वो course में है? बिल्कुल है. Many times examiner can ask a question that what is IPO, what is prospectus, anything. So वो पूरा process बेटा जो book में दिया हुआ है, you have to just read out that IPO process as well. Now, coming the place where the formally issued securities are traded at the secondary market, and that is now what are the methods in which I can go for initial public offer? First, I can go directly by Papa recently, that was an issue. Then Paytm has been paid in giving the satisfaction to the customers. So Nykaa issue was a great success. That was a public issue. Now coming to right issue. What is right issue? It is to the existing shareholders. Means suppose now Nykaa has already done public issue. Now again Nykaa is coming with an issue and they are coming with a right issue. So those particular shareholders which are the invested before and they are the shareholders, first offer will be going to them because it's a right issue. Take the issue. If any of the existing shareholders are not giving, then it will transfer to the general public. That is the simple example of right issue. Okay. Then is private placement. In this case, we are going to organization which has been placed privately, means no public announcement has been done, and the employees which are working in organization, they can focus and can get the shares of the enterprise. Now, one more particular, according to this definition of stock exchange. Stock exchange is what? A body of individuals, whether incorporated or controlling the business of buying of securities. If your parents are dealing with security, account is linked with the bank account. Then so Demat account is that. Now, what are the features of stock exchange? It is association of persons. Suppose the person of the board members of the stock exchange and offer the board members the other person. Second is recognition from central government. We are the new national stock exchange. The Sensex and Nifty. Can raise hand and answer on that. Anyone who knows what is Sensex and Nifty? Have you heard about this Sensex and Nifty? No one? Ashutosh, have you heard about Sensex and Nifty? Okay, Ashutosh has just raised hand. Yes, Ashutosh.
I don't have much idea about it, sir. But if I'm correct, Sensex means sensitive index. If I'm correct, means.
Sensex is an index. Nifty is also an index. Now, Sensex is what? Sensex is for BSE, Bombay Exchange, and Nifty is showing NSE, and that is an index. Okay, so it is overall. You are very much correct, but not that much overall. Now, coming on to deals in secondary securities, because primary securities are not there. It is dealing second. Third was market of securities. The dealings only in listed. Those who are listed, then only it will be members. See, if you are suppose in NS of the customers. Okay, so if any transaction, if you have heard about, suppose ask your parents if they want to purchase, they will contact to the particular person and then they just a second. I'm pausing that record. Now, transaction through members only. You can ask your parents, they have to contact to the members, those on NSC and BSC, and on then behalf, they are purchasing. Or, because they have developed an app also. There are various stock exchanges which have developed an app, and with the help of app, you are placing an order. But you are placing here, then it has been placed by the member. Then working as per the rules, the instruction is suppose in morning it starts by 9 or 9:30, and it is winding up by 3 or 3:30. At a specific location. Now, so it's online, so it is share markets are available at any location. And last one is financial parameters. They are as a financial parameters because what happens? Suppose in the COVID scenario, you can see when NSE and BSE Nifty fall and even the Sensex fall because it was impact. Okay, so when there is an impact, it can be seen in the NSE and BSE. You can just search on net. Many a time NSE and BSE is being given. Now, what are the functions of stock exchange? First, continuous and ready market for securities. Second, it is facilitating evaluation of securities. Third, it is checking on the brokers which are there, in that it is being focused on that. Next, it is providing safety and security in dealings. Fifth is regulating of company management. Many a times because company has to submit their records to the stock exchange as well as to the SEBI. Okay, so it is creating a regulation on them that they have to follow this. Okay, just a second, in that case, yes. Then intensifying capital formation, and then it is focusing on facilitating raising of new capital. Means how it is intensifying capital formation, because when the shares are listed, I can get fund not only from one area of India, I can get the fund from overall area of India. So it is by intensifying the capital formation as well. And last one is facilitating of the public borrowings. It is very easy to borrow from public when it has been introduced. Okay. So anybody having any doubt in functions of stock exchange, they can raise hand with us. Anyone who have any doubt in functions, they can raise hand. No one is having any doubt in that. Okay. Okay, Harshit is there. Apart from Harshit, that maybe before it was being raised hand. Harshit, you can lower your hand. Okay. Now, moving on to the major, that is importance of stock exchange from the investor. These are the last topic which has been covered, and then I have given the question. First, from the viewpoint of investor. See, stock exchanges are giving a complete information. If you can see, they are giving you the price, at what price, at what time of the shares are being given. Then it's a ready market. Suppose today I'm having a shares of Reliance. I want to convert them into cash. I will go into the stock market and I will sell the shares of Reliance there and there. Then investors' interest is protected because it is under the guidance of SEBI. So many rules and regulations they have to follow. Then genuine guidance about the security listed. Many a times stock exchange give you the guidance. They say that invest in these IPO, you will get invested, you will get profitable. That is here. Then this barrier of distance is removed. I can purchase the shares. I can purchase from any corner of the world if an IPO has been launched. That is barrier of distance. And next, knowledge of profit and loss. See, how can I get knowledge of profit and loss? Because every company is giving their financial statement, other things to whom? To the stock exchanges. So it is very much easy to get the knowledge and profit of that. Okay. Now, from the viewpoint of entrepreneurs, companies, it is recognizing the company. Suppose Nykaa got a very great recognition when it went for the IPO. Then it created a wide market for Nykaa, and then it is higher share value. Means when it will be launched, ultimately the share price will increase. Means if they will go for further public offer, their share price will automatically increase. So that is for entrepreneur and for the companies. And from the society, first, rapid capital formation, economic development, and the national projects. Okay. Now coming on to the practice question, beta. First, can you read on? Anyone can read on my behalf. Anybody can raise hand, and I can ask them to read the question. Okay, I have Priya Joshi. Okay, I'm unmuting Priya. Can you read out the question, Priya?
Yes, sir. This is Mark. I am audible.
Yes,
This is a market where there is an option to sell and buy new and old financial instruments. It facilitates the transferring of financial resources from surplus units to deficit units. Identify and define the market. Name the function of transferring of financial resources from surplus unit to deficit units.
Okay, so it is what is that is the identification which is done. It is capital market. Now name the functions. What are the functions that has been already been given? That is financial intermediary function is doing. That is a link between them. Okay, I have two raise of hands. Just a second. I'm putting it on pause. Anyone that can raise hand, I can unmute them and they can read the question number 2 for me, beta. Okay, Roshni has just raised that. Yes, Roshni, I have asked you to unmute.
With regards to public issue as a source of finance, answer the following questions. Which type of enterprise can raise funds by public issue? Second, what is the benefit to an investor while investing in public issue? Third, despite many benefits, this source of finance has some additional obligations and reporting requirements. So can you fix such obligations and requirements?
Speaking issues. Okay. Anybody, which type of enterprise can raise public issue? Can answer on this? I will unmute them. You can raise hand and okay. Okay, Nivedita has raised hand. Yes, Nivedita. You can answer.
Sir, public limited company.
Very good. Now, after public limited company, what is that? What is the benefit for an investor to invest in public issue? So benefit is that they are getting what? Investment, and they are getting a dividend on the investment. So that is a benefit. Third, what are the benefits? This source of finance has 3 obligations. First, increase in accountability to public shareholders. Means if I am getting a share of any particular company, their particular company is accountable to me. Second, they need to maintain dividend, otherwise I will withdraw my amount. Third, becoming more vulnerable to an unwelcome takeover. What happens is when I am giving a share to the public, so it is very difficult to go for acquisition and takeover because my share distribution is given to many companies. So the company is unavoidable towards that takeover. Need to observe and adhere the strict rules and regulations by the governing bodies. And next, increasing cost in compliance. Okay, now you can go by any six it is being given. Now coming on to angel investors and ventures, the last topic of today. So I will ask one of the person to read out. I have a bad throat now. Anyone who can read on my behalf? Lavina is that. Yes, I'm asking Lavina just you can read out this paragraph. Yes.
Yes, sir. Business angel or informal investor or an angel investor is an affluent individual who provides capital for a business startup and early stage company having a high risk, high return matrix, usually in exchange for convertible debt or ownership equity. Venture capital is a type of private equity capital provided as seed funding to early stage, high potential, high risk growth of companies, entrepreneurs who lack the necessary experience and funds to give shape to their ideas.
Okay. Now in this beta, first and foremost, here always a angel investor is an individual and a venture capital is a firm or a company. Make sure that, because there's a question many a times person can be asked that angel investor is an individual and here venture capital is a company or a firm. Secondly, angel investors are almost taking a high risk, even the venture capitalists also. But thing is, mostly the angel investors are going for equity. Here, venture capital are open for either they can go for debt also, and either they can go for equity. How many have seen Shark Tank on Sony TV? Anyone? You can just raise hand and you can just type on that. Shark Tank on Sony TV. Okay, Lavina is there. Okay, Navita is there. Yes, Lavina, can you just? Lavina has moved that. Navita, yes. Yes, Navita.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Vida. Any you have seen Shark Tank India?
Yes, sir.
What was there in that financing? They were angel investors or they were venture capitalists?
The venture capital.
Why come venture capitalists? Because most of them were investing in equity. They were not investing.
Yes, sir.
So they are angel investors or venture capitalists now. Aman Gupta, Ashmi Grover, and other persons, those were there on that pitch. Those were the sharks of that Shark Tank India. Whether they are angel investor or venture capital. Now, anybody can answer apart from Nivedita? Abhinay, other person, anybody can answer? Yes, Nivedita has raised hand once again. Yes, Nivedita, unmute yourself. Yes, Nivedita, unmute yourself, Pita.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So are they angel investors or are they other persons?
Sir, angel investor.
Investors. Yes, Ravisha is also raised hand. Yes, Ravisha. Yes, you can say on that. I have asked you to unmute. Ravisha.
Yes, sir, they are angel investors.
If they are going for a venture capital firm, they are organizations, but other firms are not. Okay, that is venture capital. Now, what are the features of venture capital? Beta? It is basically equity finance. Maybe they can go for debt also, and long-term investment is done. Venture capital not only provide capital, but they also go for giving the business skills. It involves high risk return spectrum. It is subset of private equity. The venture capital institution have a continuous involvement in the business, and such institution disinvest normally either to the promoters or to the market. Means normally after 3 to 7 years they go for other particular industry. Now there is a different point of view. First, angel investor, it is a former entrepreneur. Venture capitalist, it is a firm, finance consulting firm. Okay, another image is also being given. You can go by that image also. This is an image. An individual, that is angel investor. A company, that is a venture capital. So again, investment is $1 million investment. It can go above 1 million investment because it's a company. Usually has other full-time jobs. Here it has been there. He wants a board seat. Normally, what happens? An angel investor can be a person doing another job. Suppose, take for example, they have Shark Tank, Aman Gupta, Ashmi Grover. They already have their board company. They already have their other company. So they are already employed. So, wo angel investor already other case mein employed and they are investing. Okay, usually is not involved with your company. They will not come in company. They will only give you guidance. But here, venture capitalists may want involvement with your company because they are investing and they need and they want to give you the guidance. may not ask for a board seat. Angel investor may not ask you any board seat. Here they can ask you for a board seat, and they want to scale off. They can ask you for a board seat when a venture capitalist wants to bring product to the market. Their main product is that, and they want to scale the existing offer. Means if their existing business they want to scale out. And last one, they invest in long term. Again, here they will not invest in long term. They can go by 3 or 7. Now coming on to practice questions. So the first question is this. I will ask many of the person can read on my behalf. They can raise hand and they can read out the question. Anyone, you can raise hand, beta, and you can read out the question. Okay, Priya Joshi is there once again. Yes, Priya, I have margin on you.
Raghav, 1 minute. Raghav is a very creative person, has always been working on innovating products and services that can make living healthy and hygienic. He developed a design of an air conditioner with a in, inbuilt, inbuilt air purifier as well. Since he did not get any financial support from any bank, he approached Nirvana went VC, a venture capitalist firm. Though VC liked the idea, but it refused to help Raghav at a seeding stage and asked him to come again if needed during second round financing. Why was seed capital not given by VC when it was ready to fund the second round financing?
See, many a times what happens is venture capital do not fund because they are not having confidence that whether it will be profitable. So venture capitalists are typically very selective by selecting and deciding the rule of thumb. So here they may invest in a very good opportunities. They are having 400 opportunity with them. So they are selecting only, they can go for second round. Many a times they are always going for second round. This you have heard in your the Shark Tank function also, that if they are coming for first round, that is their first round of financing from Shark Tank. But if they are going for the second round, they are giving that they are second round of financing. So many a times venture capital reject because as compared to angel investor, venture capital are having much opportunity. So they may invest in other things. They are looking for an extremely rare situation, a very innovative, a very rapidly growing business, a very well developed business. Okay, they look for an exit in a time of 3 to 7 years. After that, exit has been done, and last, it is inclined towards the venture which is going with excessively high growth. So VC do not fund the seed capital. As a result, they may expect the return is not fixed. Okay. Now coming to question number 2, anybody can read question number 2 for me on my behalf. You can raise hands apart from anyone else. Okay, Lavina is there. Yes, I was muted, Lavina.
Sure, should I start?
Yes, let's start.
Gangadhar was working as the production manager in a German company. The company was producing remote-operated high-end kitchen equipment. He resigned from his job and returned to his hometown, Patna. In Patna, he met his old friend Aditya, who had been managing his factory, producing steel utensils with old technology. Gangadhar encouraged Aditya for the production of high-end kitchen equipment. He also promised to help Aditya by providing funds and expertise so that the production unit run by Aditya can develop into a big production house and its investors may get high return on investment. Identify the kind of source capital provided by Gangadhar to
Okay, anyone can answer on this? Okay, 2 participants have raised hand apart from Lavina. Just let me see who has raised hand. Okay, Nishta has raised hand. Nishta, can you answer? Is it an angel investor or it is a venture capital?
So, angel investor.
Okay, because it's an individual. Okay, so it is an angel investor. What are the features? Can you read out the features for me, beta? Can you read out the features? Okay, I'm just unmuting you once again. Yes, Nishta, just read out the features.
They are current or retired executive, business owners, or high net worth individuals who have the knowledge, experience, and funds. They bear extremely high risk and expect a very high return. They provide proactive advice, guide about industry connections, and mentor startups in its early days.
Apart from it, if there was a company, then it would be a venture capital. So identification of venture capital and angel investor is very easy. When an individual is there, it is an angel investor, and when there is a company, it is a venture capital. Company is always a venture capital. Now, moving on to the end of the session, I'm showing you one of the toppers copy and how to present your answer in that. In that, at the end, I will be having some testimonials that how was the session, and we will see that. Okay. what is your experience? You can just tell me. Yes, I have unmuted you, Ravisha.
Yes, sir. My experience was great. I learned many new things, which and whatever problems I'm having, I got the solution. Thank you, sir, for
Okay,
that.
you're welcome, Beta. Apart from
Yes,
it,
giving my
yes.
answer was great.
Acha,
The class was,
can I know your school?
sir, I'm from Marthom Academy.
Markham Academy. Okay, very good, Beta. So be well prepared for your upcoming board examination that is on 26th. All the best to all the students from my side,
Thank you, sir.
well as possible. And with the notes I will be sharing on my YouTube channel tomorrow. Just see the YouTube channel and the notes column will be there on the description. Okay, just see that. Okay, Beta, everyone, have a good day. I'm ending the meeting. Okay, Beta.